Hi, my name is Dale Fredericks. Today I'd like to show you how I go about teaching a horse how to learn to lunge. And the equipment we're going to need for this is a rope halter and a lunge line and a lunge whip. What I have here is about a 5-foot lunge whip with approximately a 5-foot lash. And lunging is a very useful thing for a horse to know, not only in the breaking process but also throughout their training. We can introduce a saddle to them on the lunge line. They get used to the movement of it as well as other pieces of equipment. And one of the main ways I use it is with a bitting rig. Now, if you've watched our advanced leading video, you're already halfway there, because most of the cues we taught the horse in that video, we're going to be using the same ones here. They already know about the word whoa. They know when we raise our hand to stop or slow down or back up. And they've also been initiated to the clucking sound. So what we're going to do, let me get on the right side of the horse here so I think the camera can get it better. We're going to start along the wall, just like we were leading them. Well, we are leading them. Give them a little reminder. And then from there, I'm going to put, since we're going to the right, I'm going to put the whip in my left hand, and I'm going to have the butt end protruding. I'm going to have the lunge line in my right hand and the coils in my left. And I'm going to step out a couple feet from the mare. And at first, they're probably going to want to come toward you, since we've taught them that in the leading process. But I'm going to gain her attention here, and I'm going to point the butt of my whip at her hindquarters and cluck to her. Now, if she starts to come to me like that, I'm going to take the butt of my whip and push her over. Ooh. And if they become excitable and they don't know what to do, just stop them and then push them over. They're not going to know exactly what you want at first. So we'll try it again. I'll get a couple of feet away, start her up. Ooh. I say the word whoa and I raise my hand. Again, I'm going to start her just by pointing my whip at her hindquarters. If she doesn't follow up, I'm going to cluck to her. And if she still doesn't move, I'm going to tap her with it. Now to stop her again, I say the word whoa, and I raise my hand. And once you've got that going pretty good, just start getting a little further away from the horse and stop them often. Ooh. Ooh. As you can see, I'm gradually getting more toward the center of the arena, of the round pin. Ooh. Once I get out here, I can swap the ends on my whip. Ooh. So I got the lash end pointed out. Ooh. Ooh. And if they don't listen to you, you can send a little reinforcing signal down the line to their nose. Ooh. And that might be all you want to get the first day, is just at the walk. Get that established, and then you can move on to the faster gaits. So once I've got it on the right side, I'm going to switch to the left. And right here's a good place. I like to do a little turn on the hindquarters. Just get them used to moving like that whenever you change directions with them. Now I'm going to swap hands. I'm going to put the butt end of the lunging whip in my right hand. The the lunge line in my left with the coils in my right. So I'm going to start a couple of feet away from her. If she starts to come toward me, I'm going to push her over. Ooh. And if she doesn't respond, I'm going to stop her and then get her over. Again, stop them often at first. Ooh. Good girl. Good girl. Ooh. Anytime you feel like they're coming toward the center of the round pen, push them over. And again, we can't really blame them for doing that because we've taught them in the leading process to stay next to us. Ooh. So once I've got control of her in the center of the round pen, then I can start thinking about going to a trot. And a lot of times when I start them in this kind of work, I like to have a benchmark. A benchmark is a place where they're going to do the same thing every time. Or not every time, but it's a place that they're used to making a transition. If they don't want to keep trotting, just persist. Shake your whip a little bit. Now when we get to this gate, this is going to be my benchmark. I'm going to say the word easy, easy. Raise my hand a little bit. She overreacted there. But that's all right. This is a new word for them. We want to say the word easy and then we'll just kind of jiggle the line if we have to. Let's try it again. We'll get her trotting. When we come to the gate, I'm going to say that word. Easy. There, good. Just slow down to a walk. You want to also be able to stop them from a trot. This time when we come around to the gate, to our benchmark, we'll stop her. Ooh. And you can back them up too if you want. Just raise your hand. Good job, good job. So to walk them, I like to put my lunge whip down around their ankles, the pasterns. If I don't get a response, I'll shake it a little bit. When I trot, I raise it up a little bit, about the hock level. And again, if they don't move into a trot, we'll shake it a little bit or pop it. When I want them to canter, I'll raise it up like this. And I'll cluck to them also to give them a little, just to remind them of their earlier training. So I want her to walk. Point the whip at the lower part of her leg like this. Anytime they want to come toward you, just push them back out. Even if you have to come all the way over to them. Now we're going to go into a trot at this gate. And over here at this next one, we're going to go into a canter. Now we're going to come around to our benchmark and we're going to slow down to a trot. Easy. You can see I lowered my whip and I told her easy. And she slowed down to a trot and then down to a walk on her own. So this time we'll slow her down to a walk. Easy. And a stop. Ooh. And back up. And we want to be able to stop them from a canter too. So we'll get her going into a canter. Come over by our benchmark and we'll stop her. Ooh. She kind of stumbled around and things got ugly, but she did stop. That's the main thing we want is try, and they get better over time. Sometimes they have an off day. So those are the main procedures I use in teaching a horse how to lunge. In an upcoming video, we're going to show you how to use the bitting rig in conjunction with lunging. So thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.